Hello everyone and welcome back to Renowned Explorers International Society. More to explore in Mali Mystery. Get it? More to explore? That was the name of the first DLC, in case you're not familiar. It was a bad joke. Moving right along. We have Hojo to level up here. Now, I have taken both of these buffs on Hojo before. I like the +6 speech when your current attitude is friendly, because with Hojo I'm almost always friendly. But suspicion is really solid. It's just an excellent pick, especially if you're planning on going to, shall we say, non-traditional areas for a friendly team. If you're only going to go to the normal areas, like if you're going to go to Mali, if you're going to go to Highlands, if you're going to go to like areas that are meant for a friendly team, then suspicion is maybe not useful for you. But if you're planning to go to Hungary or to the Merged Island or to some places that are a little bit more unusual with a friendly team, this perk can save your life. And just for that, I think I'm going to take it. I don't know what my plan is right now. In terms of new items, the main one that I'm going after on this run is the one in Shangri-La for having a team that is both friendly and focused on a campaign, as well as the Yeti items, of course, which we talked about, and the possible extra thing for Phelan. I'm hoping there's an item involved in the Anagogic Archipelago, assuming that exists. I think it does. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't name drop that without a reason, so we're going to assume that is true. Someone in the comments also, I believe, mentioned it. So, yeah. And the Anagogic Archipelago is, of course, an area that is well-suited for a friendly team. So, suspicion might not come into play too much on this particular run, but it's just a very, very powerful pick, and you never know. You walk past a small village, and it looks like a small hurricane has run through here. Clothes lie on the street, cola nuts are squashed on the ground, and it seems the livestock have run away. The villager walks towards you, and he looks furious. Agatha has the option to punch him to calm him down. I don't think we're going to do that. We have a Beguiler, 100% chance. Let's do it. He explains that the cackle of hyenas, led by a hyena they call Chuckles, came here and made a mess of this place. The villagers tried to make the hyenas stop with their pleas, but it wouldn't help. The villagers became so incredibly angry that they wanted to resort to violence, but the hyenas just walked away and laughed at them. Now everyone is angry. Where is it? It's coming from the nearby elven graveyard. We just did that. I mean, okay, we did that. Right? I mean, alright, whatever. Okay, level up for Phelan. Now, we could take the Dancing Shoes perk here, which would let her use boots, which would make her more useful for possibly fulfilling our secondary mission here of Master of Grit. Or we could take one additional encounter whenever Phelan spends insight on campaign. And I think we'll take the boots. Boots are just incredibly useful, and I like having them. I like having the option, at least, to give them. You find a little hut. Ah, this hut is good for an athlete, so I'm glad we have Hojo with us. A lonely lady is trying to move around furniture in her small hut. Hey there, I was trying to out some new house decorations, but moving my wardrobe and bed around is so hard. And Hojo has a 99% chance to help successfully. I was going to say I'd be very disappointed if we failed that one. Hojo was of great help. The lady is very pleased and shares a secret massage technique with us. That may come in handy. Alright, let's move along. I'd like to come up here and try to go to the supplies, so let's go that way. Ah, the Hidden Hoard, wow. I'm actually kind of surprised we got that, but I will take the secret, why not? That will help us out here with our points. It puts us well ahead of Rivalo, whereas before we were basically tied. We do have a Witch Challenge down here, which I would love to get, because we do have everyone we would need for that. Maybe come up here, turn around and come back down, or go here. Yeah, let's go try to get the supplies first. Diplomat and Archaeologist. Foreigners, are you looking for gold or even the amazing Crystal Mountain? We are indeed looking for Crystal Mountain. That is definitely true. But 56% chance. Let's see if we get it or not. The mining tools are really useful in this map. There's so many things that they help with. Excellent, and we got them. Ooh. Ooh, I didn't know you could do this. He seems to be hiding something more. Phelan cranks the charm up to 11. Ah, interesting. So in order to get whatever the second thing is, which I've never gotten, by the way, you need to not only have a good diplomat, you need to have a good beguiler. Interesting. All right, I just got lucky on the diplomat check. The miner is convinced of Phelan's important mission and leans in close. Since you're so charming, I'll tell you a little secret. I kind of trick people. There aren't that many mines over here. I'll mark the few mines on your map. Okay. And we got a secret for that. Cool. All right, so there's a mine there. That's it. That's it? Okay, one mine. We will definitely head down there, and there's some more supplies possibly as well. As you walk through the jungle, you can't help but feel you are being followed. After a few hours, you're surrounded by tribesmen with spears. The tribesman yells at you for walking so carelessly through the dangerous jungle. He's willing to teach one of you the art of rogue sneaking. Now Phelan, I believe, gains sneaking for free with her campfire card. However, I really have no real reason to give sneaking to either Agatha or Hojo, so just in case it isn't one that she gets, I'll go ahead and give that to her now. Or, of course, just in case we don't pull her campfire card. That could happen. At least not until very, very late. So let's go ahead and give that to Phelan. Phelan learned how to move without making a sound. Hopefully you will attract less attention from wild animals now. Nice. Let's go to this wits challenge. The crew finds a group of Tuareg men in a heated discussion. I tell you, that valley is the best place to build our fortifications to protect our salt mines. When they see you, some men invite you to come over and join the discussion. We do have a tactician, not a great one, but we do have one. Let's see if Agatha can do a good job here. 38%. Not great, but we'll give it a shot. Doesn't look good. Agatha proposes a fort made of bushes and sticks, so the enemy will never see you coming. The guards are furious and start chasing you away. Alright. Get down here to this this supply area. You find a weird yellow mask. The message is inscribed. Putting on this mask will weaken you, but bring you mystic blessings. Interesting. -10 attack. We are a friendly crew. We don't care. So, who wants mystic blessings? Maybe Agatha? Agatha puts on the mask and suddenly becomes weak and weary. The mask mystically disappears. However, in the process, Agatha cries out some golden tears. Phelan is overjoyed and says some extra mean things to keep Agatha crying as long as possible. 4 collect. Not bad. I chose Agatha there because I wasn't sure if it was going to give us a speech boost or something, and putting it on the person with the AoE might have been a good idea. Hojo will scout for food. Yeah, let's do that. Come on, Hojo, give us some supplies. Nice, that'll keep us going for a little while. We were getting pretty low, and I was a little concerned. Let's go check out this mine. The entrance of this cave has collapsed and is sealed off by a thick wall. However, we don't even need the mining tools. Hojo can just bash through it, so let's let him. Why not? With Hojo's might, you burst in. Once inside, a surprise awaits you. The cave is full of weird materials. Okay, we have 52% chance to get something good. Let's see how we do. -2 supplies if we fail, which is pretty bad. Okay, good. We succeeded. Arika. With the use of specialized tools, Agatha could figure out the powerful nature of these materials. From now on, they will be called von Brunswickium. Brunswickium. Is that her last name? Oh yeah, so it is. Huh. After Agatha is done, the crew moves out. I didn't know that. I don't pay much attention to the last names, unfortunately. Maybe that makes... I don't know. Okay, re-educate. Lecture gains 25% power when your current attitude is aggressive. Probably not going to do that. Feedback. Agatha gains +3 speech power for 3 turns for each target that is saddened after casting lecture. That is very good, and we are going to take it. Ooh, another wits challenge. Yeah, let's go check that out. Faint laughter is coming from a distance. You have a fear of hyenas, but curiosity gets the better of you. As you sneak closer, you see a small village with people gathered around a campfire. They are having a joke festival. Phelan is a good beguiler. She doesn't have beguiler sense of humor, but she can manage because she has so many levels. Phelan does tell the funniest joke, and the whole town is laughing. At the end of the evening, you are awarded the Best Joke of the Year award. I wonder what time of the year it is. If it's like January, that's not saying much, right? Alright, let's go get some more supplies and move along. You see a small lake where loads of animals come to drink. Perfect spot to refresh yourselves and refill your supplies. Yeah, let's go look around up here. A convoy of miners is passing by you. A representative of the mining company sees you and wants a word with you. Alright. You have quite the reputation. Would you be interested in using some of that reputation to put in a good word for your company? No. We want the locals to like us, and this guy the locals are not fond of, so let's punch him. Hojo's fed up with this man who has no respect for human life, and out of nowhere punches him right on the nose. You quickly leave the scene before bad things happen, but chances are pretty high the locals will hear about this, which we want them to. We want them to hear about this. Ah, and here is what I was looking for. I was looking for this node. You always want to see if you can find a node in Mali that has an encounter and something odd, because it's probably the committee to decide if you're allowed to see the witch doctor, and we definitely want to talk to them. An audit committee, look at that. For the witch doctor approaches you. You seem moderately interesting. Maybe you'd like to enlist on the waiting list for those who can amuse our leader, the witch doctor. The waiting time is 5 months. Well, we want it to be sooner than that. Say what? We'll make sure you won't have to wait 2 months. That's still too long. We'll fight. Yeah, so we always want to make sure we find this event whenever we are a friendly crew in Mali. Which is, to be fair, most of the time. Ooh, Agatha might be able to hit 4 people with her lecture here. Nope, 3. Alright. We want to start with that? Inconvincible, okay. Yeah, I think we will start with that. Not only does it sadden them, which means they have less speech power for next turn, but it will up Agatha's speech power by 9 to 39. You saw it bump up just there. Now, unfortunately, we are currently tyrannizing, and I would rather switch to friendly if possible. But let's see how our attacks look here. Pretty good, alright. We'll have Phelan finish off one of the villagers right here, and then Hojo can probably one-shot this villager, if not with his regular attack, then with reaching out, certainly. And actually, doesn't even need reaching out, he can just do it with Impress. So that is fine. And that'll put us back into a friendly mood, which means we don't get that minus 30 speech defense. And my only real hope here is that these guys kind of bounce up so Phelan can get a good war dance off. But if she can't, then we can probably just kill them all with 1 attack each. Or, not kill. Defeat, persuade, whatever word you'd like to sub in there for kill. Destroy, maim, or whatever you prefer. Probably none of those. Agatha might. Agatha's kind of got a mood on her. She doesn't like these people in their friendly ways. Which is funny, because that probably means she doesn't like our party members very much either. And she might. Hojo's got kind of a temper to him. It said in his bio that he has anger management problems. So Agatha might get along well with Hojo, understanding the struggle that he faces, trying to be polite but yet having these anger issues. And Phelan, of course, has her mysterious background that no one knows, and Agatha might find that interesting. So maybe they do get along. A couple valuables, all right, to collect, and we only have 1 supply left, so let's just end. Let's go to the boss battle. Onwards. And here we go. Phelan is going to try to persuade the witch doctor to listen, but she has a 100% chance, so we know it's going to go well. The witch doctor is stalled. Okay, let me consider. The witch doctor turns to his audit committee. Are these people on the list? Are they amusing of some sort? And because we saw that event, then yes, they put in a good word for us. They tell the witch doctor how strong your personality is, and that he should hear you out. Okay, amuse me. And now we have the massage technique. Perfect. We did this just like we needed to. We can use the massage technique, and he orders the villagers to bring us the golden shawara, but he's not going to give it to us until we also fight him, so let's go. Alright, now, this should be an interesting fight. It's not going to be too hard to keep the witch doctor happy. Basically, just keeping him impressed will be enough, and we have 2 people with impressed as their major attacks, so that shouldn't be bad. The real concern, as always in these fights, is just to make sure you get rid of all the random villagers and mobs that are in your way before, so you can focus on the boss. There we go. Someone, I want to take a moment while we're doing this, and this is just a very standard fight, so I'm not worried too much. You guys can follow along while I'm talking. I want to take the moment to call out a few comments that have been left for me that were really good, in case you don't read the comments or in case you you haven't been recently. And I don't want to use names again because they didn't give me permission to. I didn't ask them permission to use their names, so I don't want to, you know, step over any toes. But you guys know who you are, and people will be able to find your comments down below if they really want to. So it's all good. But one person commented, "Why did I not consider Kwame for quests that require a token mastery?" Right? Now, for this particular one, I didn't end up doing the quest that required a token mastery. That would have been the one that I accidentally got because of the bug that I talked about last time. But they pointed out something that I didn't know, which is Kwame's Captain perk, which normally allows you, which it does, not normally, it does allow you to select a free helper entourage whenever you, and I know I'm putting her in an impressed mood, but I'm willing to do that for the heal. Normally allows you to select a free helper entourage every time you succeed in a couple of friendly encounters, right? What I did not know, and what was news to me and very interesting, is that you get to choose what kind of helper entourage you get. That was news to me. I didn't know that. So, with that said, Kwame would have been a very, very strong choice for any of the runs I have done where I needed a token master of some sort, because you could have gotten those free helpers during the campaign. I wasn't aware that he had options like that. I wasn't aware that his power worked quite that way. And I probably would have chosen him. And I probably will try to in the future, because Kwame is not a character, obviously, that I use very often, or I would have known better. And there's really no excuse to not using a character just because I'm not as familiar as I should be with the mechanics, right? So I'm gonna try to make a point of trying to use Kwame in a run very, very soon. We'll see how the different quests stack up to allow me to do that. Another thing we're talking about just recently, actually on the start of this run, is I was talking about how Phelan's Captain perk, at least to me, did not seem overly powerful. 5% extra renown per A-rank treasure, right? However, one of the commenters, a very frequent commenter actually, who has given me a lot of tips over the past videos, and I really appreciate, let me know that actually Phelan apparently has the record for the highest amount of renown ever gained in a single run. Something like 58,000 renown, which is, you know, way above anything I ever fathomed was possible. So clearly, that power must be decently strong, right? That Captain perk must be worth it if you are doing a renown run, which we aren't. But I was not even sure that it was going to be powerful enough for a renown run, and clearly that is just incorrect. So interesting to note there as well. I don't want to be the source of misinformation, right? I'm going to tell you guys how I feel. I'm going to tell you guys what I think about something, and sometimes I'm going to be wrong. So in the times that I find out I'm wrong, I definitely want to take the time to point that out and correct myself, because I don't want to spread that misinformation around. I want this to be a place where people can get good information about the game and learn more about it. And so that's it. That's all. I cannot take out the Witch Doctor this turn, so I think I'm going to have Hojo take out one of the villagers instead, just so there's one less person attacking us. And I'm actually tempted to use Phelan to just heal up Agatha. I could also War Dance to do that. Yeah, let's War Dance. I'm going to War Dance to both heal Agatha and hurt Kwame. The second thing about Phelan I was going to mention, from the same person, is that apparently for mini challenges over here, like Efficient. Efficient is a challenge that requires you to hit a certain number of people with an AoE in a single AoE. And oftentimes that is very difficult to get, very difficult to complete. However, apparently, and I have not checked this yet, and I will try to in one of the coming up videos, because I think it's very interesting. Apparently, Phelan's War Dance, because it hits both allies and enemies, will count for that. So if you manage to hit 2 enemies and 1 ally with War Dance, apparently that will give you 3 hits for the Efficient quest. Really interesting, I wouldn't have thought that. There aren't that many abilities in the game that hit both allies and enemies. And a couple of the ones that do exist require some sort of buff to be taken on level up. Like Felipe's Peace Treaty, or is it Victor's Peace Treaty? One of the characters has an AoE friendly ability that damages enemies, and you can take a perk on level up that will let it heal allies by 50% of its power. That one would also work. But War Dance is one of the few that also hits allies. It's an interesting one. You did it! The Witch Doctor is amazed. I never thought to meet such amazing people in my old days. You deserve this Chihuahua treasure. I'm sure it's in good hands. Hey Merlin, what you doing? Come here. Yep, there you go. You wanted a lap. Okay. Your current highest level athlete gains +4 collect on athlete spins, or same for rogue. And we do have a pretty good athlete, so I think I'll take that one. With a treasure in hand, you leave the village. Phelan brags that you really showed that Witch Doctor what the renowned explorers are all about. Okay. Oh, we got the Collector of Encounter. Very nice. Got to work on Secret Spotter a little bit more. Let's see. 1 insight, 6 collect, 1 extra insight for Agatha, of course. That 6 collect is from the levels of athlete from the King Elephant Skull. And we'll see what our status looks like. Looking pretty good so far. Yeah, over 1,000. Nice. That's pretty good. Enough research to probably get a good amount of a tree done, which is all that matters at this point. Let's go take a look at that right now. We've got a few minutes left in the episode. Rivalo is going to go take care of the elderly, and we are going to promise to not do 2-star expeditions. Alright. We need to send a report to a city, and we definitely want New Orleans, because we are a speech crew, and New Orleans is the one with the specialty books. So we'll take that. And let's take a look at our research tree. 1 extra token from each study, campaign, and collect where you spend insight on the world map. That's very good. And we'll take our supplies. 1 supplies capacity and an additional +1 for each expedition you complete. Alright. And now we get 15 renown for each helper entourage we buy as well. Alright, we actually are out of research now, so that's fine. Let's take a look. What else do we want? You know what? We should probably go grab, while we have the opportunity, this guy right here. Impressionist Painter. Doubles original campaign and secret tokens gained from Insight. This is going to be very, very good, and gets better as you go once you unlock the shops in, like, Beijing, for instance. And we can afford that right now, so let's just take it. Alright, there we go. Now, that was most of our campaign used right there, but let's take a look at our shop, our new shop. Here are the books. Now we're going to want 2 books of Bedazzling, 1 for Hojo and 1 for Agatha, and then 1 book of Excite for Phelan. We can't afford the Legendary Book of Bedazzling, but we could grab 2 Master Books of Bedazzling if we wanted to, or 1 Master Book of Bedazzling and 1 Master Book of Joy. Hojo is our least powerful speech member right now, and Agatha follows him up very closely. Phelan's doing pretty well, actually, 34. So let's go ahead and upgrade this and get 2 Master Books of Bedazzling. 1 for Agatha here, taking her up to 41, and 1 for Hojo. Well, Hojo has a secondary move, which is very, very good and single target, so maybe he doesn't need the help. Maybe we should give Phelan the Book of Joy instead. That would make her War Dance pretty strong. Not because of the percentage increase, that doesn't affect War Dance, but just because of the extra speech. Yeah, let's do the Book of Joy instead. Only has pictures, it says. Alright, there we go. And we can give Hojo at least the Exploring for Dummies instead of the cheap gloves. Alright, now, let's see. What do we have for trinkets here? Anything exciting? Athlete Tenacious, we have that. Alright. Rogue Bluffing, we do not have that. And would give her a Diplomat perk as well. That wouldn't be bad. Rogue Bluffing again with additional hit chance. Doesn't really need that. Diplomat and Naturalist. I'm tempted to give her the poker set. That's actually pretty good. Let's take a look at our old shop, though. Yeah. I talked about giving the grappling hook to Hojo, and I probably should do that if I can afford to. It's close. Let's go ahead and upgrade that. I need 200. Now, getting campaign will not help me with that, but I could spend 1 insight on gold. And that would give us our level 4 quick thinker, which is pretty good. Oh, no, I need another level up. Darn. Wow. So we're actually quite a bit short. Yeah, we need to use 2 more insight on gold. I don't know if I'm willing to do that at this point. We'll get there eventually. For now, let's just grab the poker set for Fei Lin. She doesn't have bluffing, right? No. Alright. Also gives her 1 level of diplomat. Why not? We do need to give Agatha some more tactician perks, so she is struggling there. Yeah, we'll see what we can do. Let's take a look at our new entourage shop. This is the very expensive one. Okay. We're probably not going to be able to afford anything there. Now, we do have to spend a couple more ranks of insight. 3, in fact. Let's see. Who's the best one here? 90 to 150 on Fei Lin. That's pretty good. Let's do that. This is going to give us quite a lot of campaign, actually, and does mean we could buy something from an entourage shop if we want. We'll check our others real quick just to see what's available, but we probably will end up going that direction. Okay, there's our 5 out of 5 insight left. We'll save the rest. Unless we have a really good reason not to. Let's check our other entourage shops real quick. Yeah, I'm not real fond of these right now. How about these guys? Already got them all right, except for this one. Oh, tactician, defense, or offense. That could be very good. She can learn offense herself. So, if we're going to give her one, we should give her defense. Let's do that. I really want her to have a little bit more tactician levels. A few more tactician levels, not a little bit more tactician levels. Incorrect phrasing there. We are at 389, so if we did spend 1 more insight, we could afford one of these. Survivalist, Naturalist, Diplomat, Athlete, or Quick Thinker. And Athlete would probably be the way to go, either Tough or Stamina. Tough looks like, yep. Tough would be the way to go. Okay. What else do we have here? There's another Tactician perk, Weapons Expert. Archaeologist Excavation, Rogue Sneaking, do have Sneaking already, and Beguiler Astonishing, which we also have. So Tactician Weapons Expert is the obvious choice there. Let's spend 1 more insight. There we go, 4 out of 5. We'll still have plenty for next time. And this actually does give us enough campaign that we could buy one of these, or we could go ahead and upgrade the shop to here and get Tactician Weapons Expert, and I think I am going to do that. I really want Agatha to be a little bit of a better tactician, and Hojo, he could use level 4 Athlete. That might be helpful, but I really want that extra level tactician. I don't know, which one's better? A level 3 tactician or a level 4 athlete? I think, you know what, just for the sake of, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea. Now, I probably could afford both if I just spent all my insight, but I really don't want to do that at this point. Let's go ahead and upgrade the shop. Might as well. This also gives 0 to 1 research from Collect. Not nearly as good for us as I'd like, but these don't give any buff, so in that case we better take the one with a buff than the one without. Yeah, okay, let's do this one. Agatha will learn a Tactician perk, and she will learn Weapons Expert. Alright. Pretty good. We've used all of our resources, and I'm pretty happy with how we look for the next expedition. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one very well. Please leave a like on the video if you did enjoy the content. Subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more in the future, and I will see you next time in Renowned Explorers.